Right now at 6, an investigation underway after a woman is found dead in the town of Shelby.
And the YMCA is helping fight hunger with a summer meal program.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. A person is in custody after a woman was found dead in the town of Shelby today.
The La Crosse County Sheriff's Office was called to a home on Redwood Court where they found the woman dead. The death investigation was launched and deputies made an arrest later in the day.
That suspect was taken to the La Crosse County Jail and is held on a first-degree homicide police charge. The Sheriff's Department says the suspect will appear in court tomorrow.
A man charged with possessing fentanyl is in Trempealeau County Court today. 30-year-old Preshawn Johnson was pulled over at the end of May for speeding. It was then discovered he was in possession of both fentanyl and marijuana. He is charged with possession with intent to distribute fentanyl, a C-class felony. Today, the court found probable cause for the arrest and the case will continue. His pretrial is set for June 17th.
Police are now saying at least a dozen people were hurt in a rooftop shooting in Madison. The shooting happened on Sunday around 12:45 a.m. on the roof of Lux Apartments in downtown Madison. Police originally reported that 10 people were injured, with 9 hit by fire. By today, Police Chief Sean Barnes says amended that total, saying 2 more people have reported injuries. Barnes says no one has been arrested in connection with that shooting, but that detectives are still investigating the incident.
The Chippewa Valley is welcoming 2 new urgent care clinics this month. Oakleaf announcing the new facilities in Chippewa Falls and Menominee. They say it's to address gaps in critical health care services after the HSHS hospital closures earlier this year. The 2 drop-in clinics are for patients with urgent but non-life-threatening injuries or illnesses. The clinic in Chippewa Falls is located at the existing Oakleaf Clinic at 855 Lakeland Drive and is officially open for business. The one in Menominee will open June 17th at a former Purveya clinic at 2919 Stout Road.
The building housing a boutique in Chippewa Falls must either be repaired or destroyed. The order comes from the city, after the floor of the apartment above it gave away and collapsed into the Iris Boutique last Monday. According to the city inspector, the damage from the collapse has left the building unfit for human use. The raise or repair order was sent to the building owner on June 4th. If the building isn't raised or repaired in the next 2 months, the city may take that on themselves and pass off the cost in the form of a tax lien on the property.
A liberal judge is entering the race for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Dane County Circuit Judge Susan Crawford has officially launched her campaign today. Crawford previously represented Planned Parenthood in a case related to abortion access. She's hoping to replace liberal Justice Ann Walsh Bradley, who has announced she will retire from the court when her term is up next year. With Walsh stepping down, the majority control of the state Supreme Court will once again be on the line. Crawford joins conservative Waukesha County Circuit Judge Brad Schimmel in the race.
Governor Evers is trying to increase the budget for the University of Wisconsin system. In an announcement to the UW Board of Regents, the Democratic governor said he will be requesting an $800 million increase over the state's next 2-year budget period. Evers said the increase is meant to prevent more layoffs, campus closures, and program cuts or consolidations. The announcement comes as 5 UW campuses have announced closures, and several campuses have been forced to lay off employees, shift funding, or make cuts and restructure portions of campus operations.
Police in Hoka are warning the public about recent black bear sightings. In a Facebook post today, Hoka police said there's been a black bear sighting in the Fremont area, with the most recent sighting being from across the baseball field. Police say that the public should keep garbage cans inside and bird feeders empty until the animal eventually moves on. The Minnesota DNR has also been notified, and a bear trap will be set at the dog pound area. The public should report any bear sightings.
Well, picture perfect weather today. Couldn't get enough of it. Little chilly, little on the chillier end this weekend, but lots of sunshine today and a little bit more of that expected throughout the week, Greg.
Yeah, we got warming temperatures coming eventually, but if you like the 70s, you definitely like today, although it was a little bit chilly this morning with the 30s, even 40s too. But that's not going to be a story going into Tuesday. It's going to be the showers going to be the story as we're going to be tracking the system coming through. For flood warning purposes, only Wabasha has the flood warning. The good news, flood warning is now only out till Friday. given that the river levels have now crested at 12.44. So that's the good news. It should be below flood stage later this week. Otherwise, no issues going on. Picture perfect evening, really light calm winds, a few clouds increasing. Otherwise, good conditions for both locations, dipping down to the upper 50s later this evening for Eau Claire. We are tracking some showers coming, but that system is well to the west, really in the Dakotas to eastern Montana. It eventually will get here, but it will weaken as it does, and it will take some time. So overnight, don't expect any precipitation, just increasing clouds. The good story, the temperatures won't be falling as much given the cloud cover, so more 50s and a few 40s. And there's that rain that'll begin to approach, but it won't be until after the morning commute. So we'll kind of time down the rest of the commute for Tuesday when the rain will hit. 80s are coming back, and then of course we'll look forward to Father's Day and the Air Show weekend too.
All right.
Yeah, lots to look ahead to.
Thanks,
Thank you. A local contractor and nonprofit are teaming up to help reduce waste and repurpose materials. Today, Weezer Brothers and Habitat for Humanity are salvaging usable materials from 2 home and schools under renovation. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has these details. Jeremy.
Emily, the renovations happening this summer at Viking Elementary and Holman Middle School are part of the $74.5 million bond project passed by voters in November of 2022. And while the project will include plenty of new materials and furnishings, they're not tossing all their leftovers to the curb.
Typical construction or renovation project like this, all of this material would just end up in the trash.
But this isn't your typical project. That's why workers spent the day removing items like cabinets and lockers that can be reclaimed and kept out of the landfill. Habitat for Humanity wants to repurpose them for other buildings and homes.
They've really been focused on being more sustainable in their construction practices, so it really aligns well with Habitat's work and our mission to, save stuff from the landfill and reuse all of this stuff.
The collaboration's part of Weezer Brothers' goal to be more sustainable with their construction practices. Hennigan says saving these simple items can make a big impact.
We can get volunteers on site to help with the salvage. We can make a really big impact in just a few days by salvaging all of this material at once. So we are very much interested in all the different types of school projects that are popping up these days.
314 lockers have been restored and sold to the public.
And Hennigan recommends anyone interested in buying the items stops by Habitat Restore La Crosse on Wednesday. Ken and Emily.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy.
Looking for some help with your kids' lunches while school is out? Well, the La Crosse Area YMCA will be providing free meals to kids throughout the summer. The Y is partnering with the School District of La Crosse and the Salvation Army to bring meals to kids out in the community. The program is welcome to everyone 18 and under, and you don't need to register for a meal. It's part of the Y's goal to make sure every kid has access to nutritious food.
So every summer we have recognized that the kids still need somewhere to get a meal every day, even though they're out of school, and so we've decided to step in and bring lunches to the community.
The Y will also lead fun enrichment activities to keep kids' minds and bodies active. The program will be available through a number of locations in La Crosse County, as well as one location in Monroe and Vernon counties. A decade of dedication to Caledonia students.
Meet this month's top-notch teacher after this.
I always knew that I wanted to be a mom, and choosing that it was the right time was just a really exciting moment. It turned out that my baby had a diagnosis that would be incompatible with life. It wasn't just that my baby wasn't going to survive, but I was at risk for hemorrhaging when I delivered. I met with my doctor and we went over the risks and benefits. I made a really informed decision, just like you would for any other procedure you're going to have. I'm a nurse, and I'm an example of a woman who had to have a procedure to be able to save my life and to not watch my baby die. And now Donald Trump supports laws that could take that procedure away across this country.
54 years they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it.
Without that procedure, I would not have been able to get pregnant again. But the good news is, a year later, I had my son. If Trump gets elected again, I fear for women.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Get an 11% rebate on your siding project at Menards. LP SmartSide products are the #1 brand of engineered wood siding, offering versatile style, texture, and workability. Plus, it's backed with a 50-year product warranty. Accent your siding with Novik hand-split cedar shake panels. Now $16.89 after 11% rebate. Shop in store or on Menards.com and get an 11% rebate on all siding.
Save big money Asher Lassen Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted retractable awning and solar screen experts. Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens protect you from the harsh sun. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Join us for our summer showroom sale Thursday, June 13th at either showroom in Eau Claire or Onalaska. Enjoy summer savings with up to 25% off your entire purchase at Asher Lassen Exteriors.
Top Notch Teacher is sponsored by Viterbo University and Dahl Honda.
A special education teacher is celebrating 10 years with Caledonia. Students she first started working with are now graduating these days. It's a moment that reinforces how her work has a lasting impact. Taya Trebelhorn considers it a calling.
It just felt like it was what I was meant to do.
Special education at Caledonia is how she makes a difference every day.
I work with students who need support with social skills and emotional and behavior regulation.
10 years ago, she covered K through 12, but now focuses on grades 6 through 9. In her classroom, she's always got the future in mind.
Part of our evaluation process is talking about transition. So what are you going to do after high school? And making sure that we're supporting them here in school to get them to that goal.
That means learning what her students are passionate about and taking an interest in their home lives.
I enjoy getting close with the families and working together to problem solve.
A personal touch that resonates with students and parents.
Very energetic and always willing to help.
With some of the things that they got going on personally, she is helping to shape them and teach them how to navigate and deal with these things in their life.
After 10 years, she now gets to see former students not only navigate, but succeed in life after school.
I have a student who owns his own business. I have students who have gone to college.
Those moments at graduation are, of course, special, but the little moments that come before that, in this classroom,
the moments where I see gains and the progress that they're making
are what make her excited for year 11. So school may be out for summer, but if you've got a teacher you feel is top-notch, you can still nominate them on our website. Just find the menu button at the top left of the page, head to the Features tab, and then click on Top Notch Teacher. Apple holding its annual showcase today where they introduce their plans for the future. They'll be entering into a new partnership that'll bring some big changes to some of your products.
We do have some showers for Tuesday, mainly in the morning, but we also maybe have a strong storm or two in the evening. I'll track it out and time it out for you. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Every week it costs more to feed my family.
Prices are just out of control.
Boy, inflation is really hurting us. It's got to stop.
Career politicians like Biden and Baldwin just don't get it. They're making things harder for folks here in Wisconsin. By stopping the crazy spending that caused inflation and cutting red tape, we can bring prices down. It's time for a change. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. I'll get the job done for Wisconsin families.
Here's to the farm and fleet dads, the ones who work hard and get the job done right, the ones who take pride in what they do and take the time to pass it on. This Father's Day, get your dad a gift he'll love, like men's Carhartt Force Gear, 25% off. 80-count Victor Allen's brew cups, just $20.99. $60 off this DeWalt shop stool with casters, $99.99. And save $40 on a DeWalt 6-gallon wet or dry vac, $79.99.
Find value at Glenn's Farm and Fleet.
Ever have one of those days? Yeah, one of those days. We're here to make your day brighter. Q Ultra's A+ accounts, turning bad days into A+ days. Say hello to convenience and security with online and mobile banking, contactless debit cards, and mobile wallet. Plus, better rates, no minimum balance, and no fees. Make every day an A+ day. Open your account online today or stop by your local Ultra office. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life, one stress-free day at a time.
It's only paint.
It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Well, Apple is tapping into the power of ChatGPT to infuse its products with artificial intelligence.
The tech giant announced the new partnership at its annual showcase event during its Worldwide Developers Conference in Cupertino, California.
Apple says the AI tech can help users seek information, answer questions, and enhance their writing. Apple Intelligence using ChatGPT is expected to launch this fall as part of the new iOS 18.
This is the beginning of an exciting new chapter of personal intelligence. Intelligence built for your most personal products, your iPhone, iPad, and Mac. Intelligence grounded in the things that make you, you.
Apple insists users will always be in control over when ChatGPT is used and will be asked before any of their personal information is shared. The company also previewed other aspects of its latest software platforms and detailed enhancements to its product's photo and video capabilities. New features coming to its 13-year-old digital assistant Siri include allowing users to privately respond by nodding or shaking their head when wearing AirPods Pro. Incredible.
Well, really pleasant conditions to start our week in western Wisconsin, but the temperature could be jacked up into the 80s later this week. Let's get the details from our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, in fact, we should be around 80 degrees for this time of year. We just haven't had too much, and for the last few days, even this weekend, we've been in the 70s, and that was considered today, too. But for tonight, we're not going to see those 30s and 40s as much as we saw last night. More clouds, so it should remain dry, but not as chilly. The AM commute does look dry. The noon wet for some. It won't be like an all consistent rainfall going on. And then we still have a few storms potentially for the evening commute. Could be a strong one, but it'll be very isolated or widely scattered, but it is during the evening commute. The storm we're tracking, the next system is out to the west. The western Dakotas and eastern Montana has some severe weather going on right now. Looks fairly impressive. It's going to weaken as it does get here, so it kind of rides that jet to the southeast towards our area. But for tonight, it's going to stay out to the west. We're just seeing increasing clouds. Temperatures will continue to fall off, but not as fast or as low as last night, given the cloud cover and the winds beginning to turn around to the south, especially after midnight. Here's the line approaching Minneapolis. It will weaken as it gets closer to the area, so we're not expecting any really thunderstorms as it comes through, and not until we get about 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. do you start seeing it getting close to Ladysmith, Eau Claire. Probably another hour after that, closer to La Crosse. It's going to be kind of right during that noon time frame that it comes through, but by the time it does, it kind of starts falling apart. So areas to the east of La Crosse will see less in the way of precipitation, but a few showers linger. And then we have clearing skies briefly for the afternoon, as really the front now that's sitting over Minneapolis, that wind change, that'll start tapping into daytime heating. We'll have a few storms pop up west of Eau Claire, some further south of La Crosse. Really widely scattered or isolated, but these could be strong as they come through, maybe in that 5 to 8 p.m. time frame. And once that passes through, we should generally see quiet conditions for the rest of Tuesday night and clearing skies for the most part. The severe threat, given that we're going to have a limited time of daytime heating to work with, it's only just a marginal case that we could see a few strong storms, maybe severe. Right now, wind or large hail will probably be right on that borderline of severe, 50 to 60, and hail up to nickel size with some of those storms. But a lot of areas won't even see a storm. It's very isolated. Once we get past that, then Wednesday we have another system that we're watching. This one's going to start developing showers and storms probably Wednesday early afternoon. We're looking at about southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. Once that develops and pushes southward, it'll probably miss a lot of the area. We'll see more development right along that boundary, and that's where the severe potential comes in for Wednesday, late afternoon, evening, and then as it surges southeastward towards nighttime, towards southwest Wisconsin, and kind of sinks south towards northern Iowa. So there's a potential there for some severe. It'll begin to clear out after midnight. The potential there is a little bit stronger given that we have daytime heating more to work with. Hail production probably is a little better for the hail, and then initially, as you saw, it could continue to surge southeastward. Could be a strong wind. So we'll have to keep an eye on Wednesday, late Wednesday afternoon and evening for storms. Air show. Well, we got Saturday and Sunday. We'll kind of break that down, but Sunday's looking a little iffy. But for tonight, we're not looking at any type of wet conditions here. We'll see temperatures more in the 50s, and then tomorrow as we go through, we have the showers coming in that we'll have to go through. Otherwise, the afternoon with a few storms, and then we go into Wednesday. There's your 80-degree mark that we're going to start seeing. If it pops up there, there we go. 80 degrees with storms Wednesday and Thursday, a dry Friday, and then it gets a little bit more interesting for the weekend, and we'll break that down as we get closer to the event.
All right. Thanks very much, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Loggers are looking for another win at the Lumberyard today as they take on Wisconsin Rapids, plus a few of Onalaska's best heading out west. The Nike Outdoor Nationals taking place in Oregon, and Hilltoppers are ready. Rob's up next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82. 86.
90 years young.
Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk. Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area. When you install solar panels on your property, you're protecting your future. You'd be surprised to learn how much energy you'll collect and how much money you'll save, whether you're considering a small roof mount system or large ground mount system. It doesn't cost you anything to find out if solar panels are right for you. Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy. Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Hilltoppers are still riding high from the state track event here in La Crosse, and a handful of their best are heading out west. State champ Manny Putz headlining a special group of young men as they make their way out to Oregon this week to participate in the Nike Outdoor Nationals. Putz will be joined by Blake Bernstead, Max Erdman, Casey Barth, and Drew Simons as they look to represent the city of Onalaska on a national stage. The festivities kick off this Wednesday. They run through Saturday. Staying on the high school side, I cannot wait for tomorrow. Two of our area squads will take the field in Appleton for the state tournament. Both of them number one in their respective divisions. They'll be looking to keep their seasons alive in the state semifinals. Aquinas back in the state tournament for the second straight year. Completely different story for Oliva Strum. Cardinals making their first ever state tournament appearance in school history. Look at those guys. Look how happy they are. They'll take on Pacelli tomorrow in the D4 state semifinals. On the diamond tonight, Loggers are back home at the Lumberyard as they take on Wisconsin Rapids. La Crosse is coming off a road trip where they won 2 out of 3, but they won't be back in La Crosse for long. After tonight, they'll have a string of 6 games as the visitor. Loggers have a record of 8-5 on the year, which is good enough for second in the Great Plains East Division. First pitch is slated for 6:35. We'll have the highlights tonight at 10. And despite dropping yesterday's game against the Tigers, Brewers still managed to leave Motown with a series win. Milwaukee is back home tonight, facing another AL opponent, the Toronto Blue Jays. The Crew enters the contest 6.5 games up on the Reds, Cubs, and Cardinals. Colin Ray will toe the rubber for the Brewers. First pitch is at 7:10. And on the hardwood, looks like a former Buck is headed back home to Milwaukee. Darvin Ham spent 3 years of his NBA career as a member of the Bucks before winding up in Milwaukee as an assistant coach from 2018 until 2022. Spent the last 2 seasons as the head coach of the Lakers before being let go back in early May. But it looks like Ham is back in Milwaukee to join Doc Rivers. We'll see how that
Interesting dynamic, because a former coach has a relationship with the star players. How does Doc kind of work with that?
Right.
How much leeway does he give the assistant?
That's a good point.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting
one. He's a kind of a, I wouldn't call him a legend yet in Milwaukee.
Sure.
He's
hey, if we get another finals. He was. And if we get
I
another
cannot wait
finals,
for tomorrow.
man.
My mind is on tomorrow. Appleton or Grand Chute, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
No matter where it is.
Right.
We'll be there.
All right. Fingers crossed for our local teams.
Okay, we'll
Thanks,
have
Rob.
another look at your forecast after this.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
Don't believe Tammy Baldwin's TV ads. Believe her record. Baldwin voted against $800 million for narcotic detection at our border. She voted against more Border Patrol agents, against tougher sentences for drug traffickers here illegally. No wonder overdose deaths have skyrocketed on Baldwin's watch, with cartel activity right here in Wisconsin. Two-faced Tammy, a hypocrite we can't trust. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At Schwabel, Getz & Sieben, the most important value of our law firm is our commitment to our clients.
I am here to say thank you to them to have a law firm to represent me with dignity and honesty.
A huge weight was taken off of our shoulders.
Above and beyond what's expected from your attorney.
They took the worry out of the situation.
I'm so grateful for them. I would highly recommend them to everybody.
Call Schwabel, Getz & Sieben or go to schwabel.com for a free consultation.
Windows are a lot like car tires. They all look the same, but they definitely don't all perform the same.
Take our StarMark composite window, available exclusively at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
This window is 12 times stronger than vinyl, 2,000% more airtight, and 40% more energy efficient. All at a price less than what many companies charge for vinyl windows. Don't settle on your new windows. Insist on the best windows you can buy.
Receive a free cordless honeycomb shade or take $150 off each window you purchase.
This is where it all happens.
I'm going to take you into custody.
Under what charges?
Disrupting my court.
The raw and shocking moments.
Don't press your luck with me, son. You gonna sentence me? Just shut your damn mouth.
Prepare to go inside the courtroom and witness what really happens. Court Cam.
Weekdays at 10:30.
All right, the morning commute should be fine. Lunch hours have some showers come through and maybe a storms. Could be strong for the evening. 70s. It gets better for Wednesday if you want the 80s because we got those back, but we do have storms coming in Wednesday night, Thursday. Friday looks quiet, and then the weekend, as you see, our temperature's starting to come back up. So we'll kind of break down the weekend a little bit as we get closer.
Wednesday, Thursday in the 80s, but not as humid 80?
Not as humid.
Okay.
Not yet.
That's the salient point right there. It's not going to be uncomfortable. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.